Hello and welcome to yet another Grumpy's Rehab Facility video. Today we're going to be talking about the
Tier 0 implementations.
Tier 0.
Tier 0.
Tier 0 implementation.
Tier 0.
Minimal viable product.
Tier 0. Tier 0 features.
Tier 0 bias.
And that's why we call them Tier 0.
Tier 0 implementation of
Tier 0 implementation for that, minimum viable product.
Tier 0.
Tier 0.
Tier 0. Tier 0 implementation.
Tier 0.
Tier 0.
For our Tier 0.
In a Tier 0 implementation.
Tier 0.
Tier 0.
Tier 0.
Tier 0.
Tier 0.
For the Tier 0 implementation, I've been saying Tier 0 quite a lot.
So yeah, let's roll the intro.
Hello, my name is Grumpy. Grumpy eye. Grumpy eye. Grumpy eye.
Alright, so the reason why I'm making this video is because all of us just saw the Cargo Refactor episode of ISC. And I got pissed off, as a bunch of you did, and here's why. Cargo Refactor was announced a couple of years ago, and they were talking about physicalized cargo, where we would pick up our boxes on our own and put them inside of the ships and all of that. And we all want to see how it's going to look like. And they were announcing the Cargo Refactor for quite some time now, and they said that it's going to be in 3.18. But in 3.18, we only got the boxes that we already have in the game, and they are going to be physicalized now, and that's it. But no mechanics, no new gameplay mechanics, no nothing. So it's basically a Tier 0. And this got me thinking because, I've been playing this game for 2 years now, and no, more than 2.5 years, whatever. And I stopped for the past 6 months, so basically 2 years, and then stopped for 6 months. And there's been a lot of Tier 0 implementations, and I don't see a bunch of Tier 1 implementations or nothing. It's either gonna get reworked completely, or you just don't get anything else, anything more, and that's it. Now, I can't say with certainty how it was before I started playing, but I can say that it's really frustrating, as a player, waiting on things that feel like they're never gonna happen. So I have compiled a list of Tier 0 implementations that we got in the past 2 years, starting with 3.10, which got released in August 2020. So they released player trading Tier 0 with the MO trader that we all have in our Mobi-Glass, and it's still in its infancy, and currently it's not even fucking working as far as I know. I know that at the start of 3.17.1 and 2, you couldn't even send any money, and it was just god-awful, and it was really bad. And I don't know if they fixed it for 3.17.3, because I didn't play this patch at all. And yeah, I'm probably gonna play 3.17.4 because of IE, and that's it. Also, they introduced body dragging Tier 0, and you know that it's still in its infancy, basically. And then in 3.11, or in October 2020, they released the player external inventory Tier 0, which was the inventory for the rock, the Grey Cat rock, or the ROC, whatever you want to call it. And you would just click on it and it will open, and you will basically have the same prompt that you have right now. And that's it. But that was the first iteration of inventory that we got. And then in 3.13, on April 2021, they have released ship-to-station docking, which is still Tier 0, and most of the ships do not support that. We only have the Hammerhead and the A90 Jump that support that. I'm not sure about the Reclaimer. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work. And so what's up with that? And that was April 2021. Also, with the same patch, they added the object push and pull mechanics, which are they're obviously Tier 0. They're so glitchy, they're so weird, and sometimes it's just a horror fucking movie. And they need to be fixed. Maybe not reworked, but fixed, at least fixed. And we know that they're gonna fix them and rework them because in this CitizenCon, they said that or Chris said that you, as a player, you want to go closer to an object and just press F on it and interact with it, and that's currently not possible. And once they start doing that, they're probably gonna figure out that the animations are broken and that they need to rework them. It's not that all the animations are broken, of course, but sometimes it's probably because of the server strain. I don't know. I'm not a game dev, but it's something, and they're just they are completely broken. So they need to get fixed, because this is also a tier 0 implementation. And then with 3.15 on November 2021, they released the infiltrate and defend missions, which are like for these bunkers that we have right now with like spawn closets and all of that shit. It just doesn't work, and it's like so 90s, and it's basically a tier 0. It's just something to have until we get something better. Like when you're at a restaurant and you're waiting on your meal, and you're just like eating those like chips or I don't know, peanuts, like whatever is on the table in your country. Like here it's peanuts basically. So that's basically it. It's gonna get reworked because the whole bunkers are basically gone, and they're gonna do completely new bunkers. Therefore they're gonna do a completely new mission for those bunkers, and they also said that they're like scrapping the AI. Therefore like the AI behavior in those bunkers is not gonna be the same. So it's not even a tier 0, it's like a tier -1. I don't know how to call it. Also, they added the tier 0 inventory system, the one that we currently have. And by now, most of you know that it's just a pain in the ass, and it's so bad, and it's badly done, and it got released in 3.15, and that was November of 2021. A year later, we're still like stuck with the same fucking inventory system without like control click or control all or control A for selecting all of the things. Like if you try to transfer more things, you're just gonna get a carpal tunnel syndrome, and it's so fucking bad. And they added the loot generation tier 0 and the healing tier 0. And that's it for 3.15. On December 2021, they did the Gravlev physics rework, which is like, it was the 4th rework of the Gravlev physics, and it's still bad, and just don't use the Gravlevs because they're just bad, and that's it. Like if you try to go anywhere like mildly above the SCM speed, you're gonna die, and even with SCM speed, you're probably gonna die still. And then with 3.17 on April 2022, and yes, that's the only patch that we got this year, they released selling items to shops, which was supposed to be released with the inventory system, but it just got postponed, and I mean, it's fine, it's okay, but it's still bad, and it's still tier 0, and you can see that it's tier 0, and that's April 2022, and we are currently in November of 2022, pushing on December, and with December we're gonna get 3.18, and we heard there was a rumor that they were like adding control click to the inventory, and that's it. So again, waiting almost a full year just to get something that's just like, come on guys. And the reason why I'm saying all of this is because of this video.
So what we're going to do, what the fundamental change here is that Active Feature Team and Core Gameplay Pillar are going to make a feature, as we always have done, in the exact same time frame with the roadmap that we've had for the last 12 months, right? Then, instead of it coming to the PU and Squadron simultaneously, what it's going to do is that it's going to come to Squadron first. And in Squadron, we're going to implement it and deliver it to create a final unified experience for Squadron 42. So trolleys or body dragging would have or melee combat would go to there, and we go, this is how we're going to use it in Squadron. This is how it's supposed to work. This is all of the things that we need it, the player experience. We test it, we play it, go through its approval channels, and get to a position where we're happy with it. And at that stage, we're going to go, hey, this feature is solid. It's got final art, final animations, final VFX. It's really good shape. We will then ship it over to the PU. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that the PU community can't go, well, we want to give feedback on it or whatever. It's like, absolutely, because it's still going to have its implementation within Star Citizen, and it will have Star Citizen specific requirements. Right. Now, we will have still developed them within mind with Star Citizen, as we've done ever since the Core Gameplay Pillars existed. But it means that the features will be much more polished, much more well-rounded, and probably be in a better state by the time that they get to the PU.
So basically, you're still doing all the same work. Work's not slowing down. Where the flow of work is not changing. You're not doing less or whatnot. We're doing
more. Or I'm doing
Yeah.
more.
So that video that you just saw was from September 3rd of 2021. And the reason why I'm like airing this video again, it was aired on like originally on Star Citizen channel or on their Twitch. And the reason why I'm like using this right now is because, like, first of all, they said that we're gonna get more and faster and sooner. And we are stuck with one patch for the whole year. Secondly, there were 2 patches after, or actually 3 patches, including 3.17, after that video, and it was patch 3.15 with healing tier 0, loot generation tier 0, the tier 0 inventory, and with the infiltrate and defend missions that I just talked about. Then we had 3.16 with grab life physics rework, which is basically a tier 0 again, and selling items to shops with 3.17. And of course, the third reason why I'm making this video right now is because like a year ago, when this original video aired, when I saw it, I said in one of my Grumpy's Rehab facility videos, I don't care to find it, like you can search it and you can find it if you want to, but I said that I'm gonna like remember this and call them out on their bullshit if they are bullshitting. And yes, they are. And when is that gonna happen, guys? Like, when are we gonna get more things, and when are those things like gameplay loops and all that, when are they gonna be like more rounded and like more chiseled out and just working? Because 3.17, like, you proved that this is not working, guys. Like, I understand that you want to focus on Squadron 42. I don't understand why, but I understand that you want to do that. But that's not working for the PU. You have, I'm gonna say promised, because Chris said it in a fucking letter, and if it's written in a letter that a bunch of people saw and read, then it's a fucking promise. He said that 3.18 is going to be in the PTU in July or June, I forgot already, and now like it's November, and now you're talking about like a PTU release in December of this year, and we basically know that you're going to release it on, I don't know, in February, and then it's going to hit the PU buggy SL, but it's going to hit the PU in March. That's my estimate. I'm just speculating, but like knowing CAG, that's how it's going to work out. And like with that, we're gonna get the cargo refactor tier 0 again. We're gonna get the sand caves tier 0. And why I'm saying tier 0, like, it's just a model, yes, but it doesn't come with a game loop. It's just like an empty cave that you can visit only if you know the location, like where they are, and you're gonna find it like you found the fucking river, and that's it. So what's the point in having that? What's the point in like delivering that if you're not gonna deliver a game loop that's gonna work with that? You already said that you have nav meshing, so if nav meshing is working as you said it is, why is that not working with sand caves, and why can't you just make a quick fucking mission there? Also, 2 weeks ago in the IC, they were talking about the bunkers, the new amazing looking bunkers that we all want, we all need. It's gonna like bring us variety, etc. I watched the video with you guys, and like I saw that it would take them like, I don't know, 6 years to make those bunkers for tier 0, because they were talking about the tier 0 implementation yet again, even though you said that, like, or CAG said that there are not going to be any more tier 0 implementations. But okay, it's going to be a tier 0, maybe it's going to be working, maybe it's going to be fine, but maybe that tier 0 is going to be fine, and we're not going to have like issues with it. And also, it's not going to take them 6 years, it's like 6 years per, like, for each task to be done, but like if you split it between people that are working on it, it's going to be like a year or maybe less, but still, it's a long fucking period, and like, it's still a tier 0, and we're still talking about tier 0 implementations, tier 0 here, tier 0 there, and like, what is this tier 0 citizen? Like, whenever I ask when is the game gonna happen, I'm asking like, when are we gonna have more variety and more things to do in the game, and also when are those things gonna be like brought up to a higher level, because currently the game is unplayable. Like I hopped in a couple of days ago. I don't know why, I forgot, honestly. I think, yeah, I was testing out my new sticks and all of that, and I had like fucking 3 or 4 30Ks in like 2 hours. And no, actually, that was the second time that I hopped in. I wanted to do the event, the Halloween event, because I wanted to have the mask. And I just fucking rage quit in the end. I just gave up. And yeah, so... Okay, server stability, maybe it's gonna get fixed at some point, that's fine. But all the rest is still a tier 0. Even the inventory that I used to find that mask until I fucking gave up is still a tier 0 implementation. And it's been a year, guys. Like, we were asking for a better inventory system for a year now. And now, like, maybe we're gonna get a control click and that's it. And then you're gonna, like, CAG is gonna focus on something else. Then they're gonna do a cargo refactor, which is not really a refactor. It's just like, yeah, it's physicalized now. And when you pop a ship, it like drops confetti basically, and you can pick it up and that's it. It's gonna be great for pirates because they're not gonna invest any money, like any AUAC, to buy that cargo. They can just like take the cargo away from the ships. And then like you have like the cargo holders, which some people call them care bearers and all that. I understand both sides, honestly, and like with them is really like a door, a fucking door on an MSR, or a door on a fucking C2, a door on a huge ass ship. Is that your only line of defense of like from hijacking your ship? Because shouldn't there be like some hacking mechanics or something so you can actually steal someone's ship? Like at this point, it feels like we're playing Minecraft where your like only line of defense is your door on your base and that's it. Like if you leave it open, the creeper is gonna creep in and is gonna fucking explode and destroy everything. Like the same way there's gonna be a griefer or a pirate that's gonna steal your ship. And if you don't comply, if you don't give them what they want, they're gonna pop you and then they're gonna collect all of your cargo. That's fine for piracy, that's fine for like some people that want to do that, but that's not fine like towards the guys that are like investing their time and effort in like cargo hauling, that want to do that. Like even the cargo holders, not all cargo holders are just gonna Alt F4. No, there are some people that want to like interact with other players. There are some people that are hiring escorts. Currently, there's no fucking point, but at like with 318, there is going to be a reason to hire security, but also why if you don't have enough money to pay them because your profit margin is shit. And then you have pirates, and like however the interaction with them goes, they are going to profit because they're either going to destroy you and like pick your loot up, or they're just gonna steal your ship, and yeah, that's it. So like cargo refactor tier 0. I had a podcast with Space Tomato a couple of months ago, and he asked me about the inventory system. Like he actually had a really good question about the inventory system. He like asked me, because I'm pissed off because the inventory system is so trash. He asked me like, would you rather not have the inventory system and wait for them to like release something better, or have it then and well, like have it like this, like in a tier 0 state? And I didn't really have an answer, because like yes, if they didn't release that tier 0 inventory system, we wouldn't have anything to play with that patch. But also, if we waited a bit longer, it's like a question of how long would we need to wait. Because like if we look at it now, the inventory system got fucking released a year ago, and it's still the same, it's still broken, it's still rage-inducing, and they're still not fixing it. And like I didn't have an answer to that. Like I really don't know. And now people are gonna say that I'm just here to whine and I'm so jaded and all of that. And no, guys, like first of all, fuck you. Like if you think like that, that's your issue, that's not my issue. I'm here because I love the game, but I also I don't have a filter, and I don't really appreciate bullshittery, and I do not like being bullshitted, and most of my subscribers don't either. So yeah, like that's why I'm making this video. And on top of that, there is one more thing, because IAE is coming, and I see that like one of the videos that I posted a week ago or maybe 2 weeks ago is currently like one of my most viewed video, which is amazing. Thank you guys. It's like a video on like where I go through all the ships. It's pretty good. Some people love it, some people fucking hate it. But it doesn't matter. IA is coming, is going to be ship sales. So let's take a look at what they said about introducing new ships to the game.
We like to, wherever we can, and there has been exceptions in the past, once we start a ship, we see it through to the end of release. And we don't tend to start ships now in production without fairly firm guarantees that the gameplay is going to come with them at the end. That was different way back in the past. We would just work on a ship. We'd ask for the gameplay. If the gameplay wasn't there, we'd shove it out. Example, Starfarer. That's not how we want to do things these days. And hopefully people have seen that over the last, I don't want to say 3-4 years, where we deliver ships with their gameplay because it improves the experience for everyone.
Okay, so this clip that you just saw was aired, like the original video was aired 2 months ago. And this is something that they said a couple of years ago and that they have been saying for a while now. And I just can't be bothered to find the original video, so this'll do, I guess. If you have time, you can search it up, you can look it up, and you're gonna see that they said this like 2 years ago, and that like they stopped releasing ships and vehicles without their game loops. So I just want to take a look at, because he said 3 or 4 years, I'm just gonna take a look at the ships that they released just like from 2021 up until now. So actually I think it's like the MSR data running, that's its main game loop. I think it was released in 2020, like late 2020 or early 2021, I forgot. Then we had the Raft, which was supposed to work with Cargo Refactor, but Cargo Refactor is not gonna, like, it's not even gonna work with Cargo Refactor because it's a tier 0 again, and you were supposed to drop those crates from the Raft and pick them up like that, and it's gonna be like easier and faster than just like loading up 1SU boxes. But yeah, those crates or containers are not gonna work because, yeah, as I've said, Cargo Refactor tier 0. And then they released the Mule Cargo Refactor, and you were supposed to like pick up 1SU boxes or like 2 of the 1SU boxes with your mule and like load them up into your ship. Like, I think the tractor beam is going to be faster, but like, sure, whatever. That was supposed to work with Cargo Refactor, and then they said that they're not gonna like introduce the feature. You will not be able to pick up boxes until Cargo Refactor because there's no point before Cargo Refactor, sure. But also, is it even gonna work with Cargo Refactor because like it's tier 0 and you're not supposed to load your ships up with that? So I don't know. Then we have the 400i, which is an exploration ship in a luxury transport ship used for like personnel transport, for like it's basically a small Starliner or a small E1, and that's it. So that's not working. Exploration and luxury transport are not working. MSR, as I said, data running. Corsair, that's going to be released in a couple of weeks. That's going to be that's an exploration ship. That's not in the game. Yes, both the MSR and the Corsair, the Drake Corsair, have a cargo hold, so that's gonna work. They both have guns and turrets, so that's gonna work. But exploration and data running, like their main reasons of existence, are not like they're not in the game. So like they're still releasing ships and vehicles that just don't make sense at this point. But like honestly, nothing makes sense at this point because there's so little to do in this game. Then we have the Tumbrel Nova tank or Tonk, which like what's the purpose of the Tonk? Yeah, some people are gonna say, well, it's a sandbox game, you're gonna take it to Jumptown, you're gonna dominate or whatever. Sure, but like, be honest with yourself, there's no purpose in having a Nova Tonk. Then we had the Cutlass Steel. I don't know what to say, like, Jesus Christ, the Cutlass Steel, like, what are you gonna drop? It's a drop ship, what are you gonna drop? It's just like an empty can. Like, the design of that ship is so like pure fucking bullshit, and it's just like a cash grab. So I had to include it here, even though you could say that you can sit in the seats, therefore it's a dropship. So yeah, sure. We have, and I left this in, it's a Cutlass Blue from April 2020. It was released in April 2020 with the patch, I forgot, 3.9 or something like that. And the Cutty Blue it's a good ship. It does have QED, like quantum enforcement device, so that's working because it's basically the same as the snare or the QED on the the Mantis. It just doesn't have the snare, and that's it. But its main game loop is not there yet because it's supposed to transfer like prisoners from point to point in those like cryopods. If you ever walked into Akari Blue, you would see that. And then in the end, we're about to get the Drake Vulture with 318, and it's gonna be a tier 0 salvage system, even though they said that we're not gonna have tier 0 implementations anymore because of their focus on Squadron 42. And now some people are gonna say that like, yes, but they didn't like say that about the ships. They were talking about like the actor roles and actor features and all of that. But also they said that they're not gonna release ships without their game loops and without their like all of their features. And I just listed a bunch of those which they released in the past 2 years, and they're still gonna be releasing. We know for a fact that there's gonna be like at least 2 more ships released during IEE, and one of them is probably gonna be the medical Pisces, which is cool. Like it's basically gonna be a Cuddy Red but cheaper and better at everything, because it's probably gonna have like a single medical bed, and it's just gonna be faster and better because it's smaller. And yes, and then you like all of you already saw the trailer for IAE, and you saw the whatever that is, the Drake ship that's like descending in the hangar, and that's a new ship. We never saw it, so I don't know what that ship is gonna be, and I'm scared because maybe it's gonna get released without it. Like maybe it's another exploration ship, or maybe it's a farming ship. Like you never know with CAG. It's probably not gonna be farming. Maybe it's gonna be like a large or a medium-sized ship that's gonna be a data runner, but we still don't have data running, and we can't have data running without pyro and without other systems, because the whole purpose of data running is jumping from point to point and running that data, because data can't transfer through through like jump gates and all of that. I don't know, it's lore, so whatever. But if it's that, and hopefully it's not going to be that, then like why? If it's anything else than just a gunship, then why have it? And also, I know most of us are fucking bored with gunships. We don't need any more gunships. Like, that's the point, and that's why I'm making this video, because we need to see progress, like tangible fucking progress that we can hang on, that we can fucking see and feel in our hands whenever we use the sticks, something that's gonna keep us playing the game, because we currently have nothing. We had a fucking single patch for a whole year, and then Chris Roberts shows up at fucking CitizenCon and says that them focusing on Squadron 42 was the best thing ever, because now we're seeing more progress in Star Citizen. Dude, wake the fuck up. No, it's obviously not working, and you should ditch Squadron 42, because most of us don't even fucking want it. And if you want to compare like 317 with because some people are gonna say, well, yes, but we had 317.1, 2, 3, and now 4, and we're gonna get like more shit than the rest of the patches. We got more things than in the rest of the patches. Let's just compare for a second. So I just need my cam. Where? Oh no, this is bad. Okay, this. So 317 characters, 1 entry, locations 5 entries, AI 3 entries, gameplay 6 entries, ships and vehicles 6 entries, one of which is grayed out because of the Corsair, and core tech 1 entry. 312, like I just like picked it at random. 3 entries, 4 entries, 11 entries for gameplay, 2 entries and 2 entries. Like compared to other patches, it's basically the same thing. And again, because like people are not going to understand the message behind this video, it's fine having tier zeros. Like honestly, most of the games do that when they're like in open development, like when people can see and play their pre-alpha or alpha or whatever. You're gonna have tier zeros, but they're gonna be at a higher standard than they are in Star Citizen, because that's how things work. And after they get introduced, if they're broken, they get fixed. If like they're working on, let's say, an inventory system, they're going to refine it until they're happy with it, and then they're going to stop, and that's going to be it. But it's going to take them like a couple of months, maybe a year. But here in Star Citizen, after a year, we didn't get a single fix for the inventory system. I'm not gonna count the fix that we got for the inventory system after it fucking broke and it didn't work, because that was like a server issue. The feature itself is bad and it needs to be reworked, or it needs to be brought up to a higher standard, up to a higher level. It's been a year and it's still not fixed. Most of the things that are listed here are still not fixed or are still in the tier 0 implementation. Like the EVA that we have right now, they're gonna rework it, and it's like it's currently in a tier 0 state, and like it's bad, and it's been bad for at least 2.5 years. And I don't know when they added it. It was probably in like patch 2.1, whatever. I don't know. But after they added it, they just waited for fucking years to get back to it, to fix it. And that's a serious issue that needs to change. Most of the things that I listed here are still in their tier 0 infancy stage, basically, and it didn't change. It's still a minimal viable fucking product. This game should be called Minimal Viable Citizen. Like, I don't know how else to tell you this. So the message behind this video is, don't let them bullshit you. Don't get confused. Don't get aroused and excited about like ship sales during IAE. Like, boycotting is not gonna help. Voting with your wallet is not gonna help. Other people are gonna not vote with their wallets, and that's how it works, and that's it. And they, like, CEG counts on that basically. But yeah, you gotta know that like they're doing this, and they're gonna keep on doing this as long as you let them, and that's it. So thank you for watching, and thank you to all my patrons for supporting their channel. If you want to support their channel, there's going to be a link down in the description of the video. You're supporting me for like buying ships to review them, for buying them to like give them away, or for the equipment in the studio, or for me being me. Like $1 per person, 100 people, that's $100, and that's how it works. So again, thank you. If you want to donate, if you don't want to donate, also thank you for watching, and don't forget to bring a towel when you're traveling through space, and bye.
Give me something.
Something. It's tier 0. That's probably the first thing I want you to know about it. And more tiers will come.
There's gonna be tears.